Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our latest podcast. It's very exciting. It's AI and it's in cybersecurity. They've recently raised money, so you're not going to get caught out by getting diluted or with another capital raising, so you don't have to worry about that. It is the CEO of Whitehawk Limited, Terry Roberts. How are you today?
I couldn't be any better, and I'm so happy to be here with you.
Well, thanks again for coming on board. We really appreciate it. So let's kick off. Describe that everyone calls themselves AI. So you were there before it was cool. So please describe the AI benefits of Whitehawk for us.
So I have to say, just for the record, I took my first AI course in graduate school in 1985. Okay.
Wow.
I am from, the US intelligence community. And obviously, we, when we first discovered the machine learning and the basic AI approach, we knew that we had to leverage it. And so I happened to be in graduate school at the time, and I jumped on the bandwagon because it made so much sense to automate answers to questions. So when I started the company with financing on the ASX in 2018, it always was AI based. We would not have started the company without that being foundational to everything that we do.
So you mentioned a little bit about your background. Can you dig a little bit more into it? Like, I want to know a bit more about your cybersecurity experience and within the defense sector as well.
Absolutely. So, truth to be told, I call myself a cyber intelligence, global risk, and AI analytics professional. That means we come at it from the bad guy perspective, right? Most cybersecurity professionals are about the technology, the malware only. I believe you need a 360 perspective because guess what? It always starts with a human being and about what they're trying to achieve and what they're using to get there. So, my background is naval intelligence, national security. I have served at CIA, Defense Intelligence Agency, Office of the Secretary of Defense, and as the Deputy Director of Naval Intelligence. But I will tell you, I learned almost as much in the 3.5 years that I was an executive director of Carnegie Mellon's Software Engineering Institute. That's when I took my machine learning and AI education to the next level because they established the first school of machine learning and AI in the early 2000s in the world. So it is a part of my bones and a part of the company from the very beginning.
So recently you got a sales channel, the Soft sales channel. Can you speak
Yes.
to that?
Yes. So in the US federal government and state and local, Parasoft, the CEO is Craig Abood, who is a brilliant man who started this company 20 years ago. He saw the need for introducing commercial IT and cyber to the government in the US, and he extended it to Canada. Okay. And what he did was enable commercial companies such as myself to be able to access contract vehicles because as you may know, contracting with any government entity, they may love what you have, but if it isn't easy for them to buy it, then that delays it by potentially months to a year. So by joining the Carasoft team of commercial solutions, what that allows Whitehawk to finally do is, as we talk to especially state and local clients and federal clients who just want to buy our solutions, guess what? There's a contract vehicle already in place, so we don't have to have a delay in making that sale.
That's very impressive. I could see a lot of opportunities there. Talking about opportunities, what are the other sales pipelines out there that you're allowed to speak to?
Okay. So we've been talking about for a while some of the channels that we had already put in place. So I'll just review those. Obviously, we are partnered with Dun & Bradstreet Federal. They sell a version of our automated cyber risk assessment that's called D&B Cyber Compliance. And so we have a go-to-market strategy with them. There's a couple of larger federal contracts that we are currently working with them. So as you can imagine, we're small, so I don't have a huge sales team. So leveraging sales teams like Carahsoft, like Dun & Bradstreet are very important to us, right? The other one is we have an amazing top federal systems integrator partner, Peraton, who is an amalgamation of 5 different companies during COVID to include Northrop Grumman IT, Perspecta, Fencor, the former Bell Labs. And so we have a go-to-market with them where they provide the services, right? And then they reach back to us for the solutions. And we have an important, so cross your fingers, an important contract that is about to be awarded in the next few weeks with them, focused on the U.S. Veterans Administration, that we are hopefully going to win together. But we have other contracts with Peraton that we also are working. So that's an important channel for us. And then the last one I wanted to mention that we're reinvigorating is with Amazon Web Services. You can buy our SaaS services and our assessments via the Amazon AWS marketplace, both commercial and federal. And we're about to do a campaign with them. And the last one I'll mention is I'm always putting partnerships in place with global consulting firms. And we have a new one I can't quite mention yet, but we have some of the first sales with them that are about to happen. But what I really love about that is they're a very high-end global consulting firm that's been around for decades. And then they use our assessments and our AI-based analytics to support their clients. And we're just about to kick off a new channel with them.
There's a lot going on there. So, in terms of margins and
Yes,
annualized rate of returns, what are we looking at here? What's a
right.
typical gross margin for your business?
So what's great is when it's just our SaaS services, right? We're at a 75% to 80% margin because all of our analytics and our assessments, because we're AI ML based, are 100% automated. And because thanks to our investors, we did invest in R&D and advancing the platform and in integrating multiple feeds. That's why we're at that point, because of the money that we invested previously in R&D. If we have to wrap some services around it, then we're about 60% margins.
Wow, that's very impressive margins there. So finally, why should investors invest in Whitehawk? You've put a lot of good reasons out there, but what are the key points?
Yeah, I think the key point is, and this has been a problem my whole life. I tend to be early to market, meaning I am visionary and I bring in visionary people into the team. And so we tend to see where things are going and put things in place. And so since 2018, right, we knew what the market needed and we knew where we needed to go, but we were early. The good news is the market has now catched up, right?
Yep.
Um, we're losing 2 to 4% of our respective, I don't care what country you are in the world, GNP every year to online crime and fraud. We are providing a solution that is risk focused and very easy to implement. And I have the sales channels in place and the product line is proven and matured. And we can do supply chains, we can do enterprises, we can now do critical infrastructure and state and local. So there is no client base that we can't support.
Terry, we're excited. We love your vision. We love the fact that you were there before everyone even knew what AI was. And we love that you're in the cybersecurity space, winning really important defense contracts. We're looking forward to you delivering on your vision, which we believe you will. Thanks again for your time.
Thank you so much for the opportunity and
Our
great to
pleasure.
be with you.
Absolute pleasure.